Well, hello, friends. It's Mindy Odlin, and welcome to What If Wednesday. I am thrilled to see you here as always, and thank you for joining us for this midweek pick me up to inspire you, hopefully, to what if up with you and to brainstorm possibilities for moving forward. So, if you're new to our community, this is a place where we every week get together and identify what is it that we want and brainstorm possibilities for how we can shift our perspective, how we can step into a new way of seeing things and, try new things, make the vision come to life. So last week, a while ago, I got in the mail, I've been getting these things, getting ready for this election. And I thought, wow, if ever there was something to what if up, maybe this is it. So I'm in Colorado. Now, I came from Texas, so I'm used to voting in Texas, and I came to Colorado. And I have to say, I absolutely love the way voting happens in Colorado, because like a month before I get my ballot in the mail, I get this little booklet that has everything that's in the ballot, every issue, everything that I need to know about my vote. So I have like a month to do research and to figure out how am I going to vote. And then my ballot shows up. Woo, woo, woo. My ballot shows up. And so yesterday I spent some time online, going looking at all the candidates, making my decisions. And today I get to go drop this baby off. It's been this way ever since we got to Colorado, and it's just a fabulous system. So I want to encourage you, whatever your plan is, to have a plan to vote. As I was putting together this What If Wednesday, I was thinking about when I first met Sean, my husband. We were facilitators for Outward Bound, and that's the professional arm of that. I designed some of their programs, and we had a program that was for the representatives of Congress, and it was a family retreat. The Congress was in session. We had their kids, and Sean and I, our first program together, we were in charge of creating team building activities and having a really fun thing for the kids to do while their parents were in session. So it was really interesting because we had this amazing group of kids, and I didn't meet the parent until the last day. The last day at the end of this retreat, we had this big ropes course, this huge tower where I'll share with you what we did with the kids and how cool it was. But what was interesting was I had a week to spend with these young people before I knew who their parent was or what their party was or any of that kind of thing. And I noticed from these kids, there was two families that really stood out. One was a family with two young girls, probably 6 and 8 years old. And then there was another young boy, and I don't know, he might have been 8 or 10 years old. The girls were super confident. They were so articulate. They were so kind and so sweet and just absolutely precious. The little boy was incredibly shy. He came in, we could hardly get him to look at us the first day. We could hardly get him to say his name the first day. But by the end of the week, this little boy just blossomed, and he was amazing. He was funny. He was smart. He was really unique, really different kind of kid. And he really came out of his shell during the course of our time together. Now, the last day, we had this tower, this rope course. And what we did with the kids in the morning before the parents joined us was we had them make these kind of like Tibetan prayer flags, where they put their hopes and dreams for the world, for their life, put whatever you want to create, what do you want the world to look like? And they decorated these little flags. And when we took them to the tower, what we had the kids do is we had the kids climb to the top and placed their flags at the top of the tower. And then when the adults showed up, we had them identify the flags of their children and bring those flags back to earth. And the metaphor was, of course, that as leaders, that is what we're here to do. It's to take the vision and the dreams and the hopes of future generations and to create the policies and to create the changes to be able to bring those hopes and dreams down here to earth, to manifest them. So that was what we did. And it was so fun. In the bus ride over to the ropes course, I was sitting next to these two little girls, and I was asking them what they wanted to do, what their dreams were. And I asked if they wanted to go into politics like their father. And one of the littlest ones, she was about 6 years old, and she's like, I really would love to go into public service, but I just really don't like the campaigning, which I thought was so cute. She had been on the road campaigning enough. She was like, okay, I like public service, but I don't like the campaign trail. She said, I'll probably do something in politics, but I probably won't run for office. And this was from a little bitty girl. So she was so adorable. And I thought, I don't know who your dad is, but I can tell you, based on the way he has brought you up and your sister up, I would vote for him. I don't care what party he is. He must be a good person to be able to raise children like you. And then there was this other boy. It was fascinating because we spent all week coaxing him out of his shell and seeing what an incredible, unique kid this guy was. And then we got to the ropes course. And the moment his dad showed up on the ropes course, it went right back to day one. This kid couldn't do anything right. He never spoke up. He never looked people in the eye. He was terrified in the presence of his father. And I saw their relationship and how they spoke to each other and how they interacted together. And I thought, I don't know what party this person's from, but I can tell you, I would never vote for this person because of the way I saw him interacting with his kids. So I share that because we have a big election coming up, and it's important to get out there and to cast your vote. And whatever that, whatever your values are, whatever the things are that matter to you, we have this power to go out there and to vote and to share here's my say in what I want the future to look like and who I want governing us. So what if, can you imagine, what if we had 100% voter turnout? So this is not about, parties, and if we get into this is a What If Up club. So we're here about possibility and upliftment. This is not a place to be going after each other or trying to convince each other. My vote is already cast. But what if we really could inspire each other and empower each other to safely, securely, successfully cast a vote? What if our democracy really represented our people? And what if that begins with us here right now, going to our neighbors, going to our coworkers and saying, hey, is there anything that you need? Do you need a ride to the polls? Do you need help knowing where to cast your ballot? Do you need anything? What if we really reach out to each other and make sure that everybody who is an eligible voter steps into that amazing gift that we have to cast a vote? Joyful Genie. I look like a doctor today. Dr. Mindy in the house. This is almost my red, white, and blue, but I don't have any. I didn't have any red. This is about as patriotic as I get because I'm going to cast my vote today. So if you have the ability to vote early, go for it. Because what I learned is that with my vote here, I was looking at Colorado and how we do it. So I've got my USB barcode that ties into my voter registrations. This comes to my house, and then I sign it on the back, and they match the signature to my official signature on file. And if the signature doesn't match, then they follow up with you and they say, hey, the signature didn't match. You get to do it again. So give yourself all the time you can so that you can make sure that your vote is registered and that your vote counts. What if we were to really support each other? So I want to just put this out there to anyone who might be undecided, because I found, I've had some people say, oh, I'm undecided. I don't know if I'm going to vote. I don't know if I want to cast my vote. So I really want to encourage every person to vote. And here's what I'd love to what if up with this community. For those of you now, clearly I already have made my vote. I've already made my decision. But if there is anybody who is out there who is undecided, who would like to pick the brain of someone who has made a decision in a very non-judgmental way, so like whether you vote my party or not, or my person or not, what if we could have conversations and support each other and just share, this is what I chose, this is my life experience, this is why I made this choice, and then really empower and let go and trust people to make decisions. But what if there was a way you could reach out and have a political conversation that wasn't charged, that wasn't combative, that wasn't trying to convince you one way or another, but was really just someone sharing, here's what I value, and because of that, here's how I voted. And use that for feedback. So I just want to put out there, if there is anyone who is undecided, who is thinking, I don't know if I want to vote, sort of the, I'm not crazy about either candidate, or I'm not sure, who to vote for, so maybe I vote for nobody. If you're in that space and you want to talk to someone, I just want to put out there that I will raise my hand and say, if you'd like to have a non-judgmental conversation, and let that guide you, that I am available for that. And if you are available for that, again, this is not about butting heads. It's not about trying to convince anybody of anything. If you are someone that an undecided voter could go to and have a conversation, a respectful adult conversation about issues that matter to you and issues that matter to them, put it out there. Feel free, private message me. Let me know if you would like to pick my brain about why I chose the things that I chose. And I would love to get to know you and what's your values and what's the best choice for you. What if we find out what our most important priorities are by listening to our hearts? What if we listen to others with open hearts? What if we recognize that we don't all have to value the same thing and the same priorities? What if we respect each other for the decisions that we come to? And what if we make those decisions based on real information, real experiences, and what if this democracy really does represent the hearts, the opinions, the values of our country? What if we have diverse leadership that leads us into an amazing future? So that is the possibility. And so I'm putting myself out there. If anyone's undecided and wants to chat, let me know. And I'm not looking for anyone to change my mind, because, hey, I've already voted, so you're not going to change my mind. But I also don't have an agenda for you. So if you would like to have a non-judgmental, open conversation, please reach out. And if you are one who is in that ballpark and says, yes, I can do that too, then I think it's great to be able to be a resource for those who may be struggling with how they want to vote in this election. So that is it for What If Wednesday. Hi, Alex. Alex is joining. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being part of this What If Wednesday. I hope you have a fantastic week. Make your plan to vote, whether it's at the polls or it's here in Colorado. They just send it to my house, which I love. But really, what if we reignite our passion for democracy? And what if we recognize how gifted we are, how blessed we are to be part of a democratic system where we can peacefully, successfully cast our vote? What if we really celebrate that and fall in love with democracy all over again? So wishing you a fantastic week. Thanks for joining What If Wednesday, and share your what ifs, your possibilities all week long in our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/whatifup. Thanks, everybody. I love you guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.